Hello again. So this time I want to show you how you can create some statistics. So for that we use the stats command. So I will use here Control Space to open the content assist, and I go to open manual. So that I get here an example. I will just copy this one out. Good, so let's turn this off for now. So as we see here, that's the data that we get. So we have some basic user records with some value and index and stuff like that. So with the stats command you can define by what field you want to have the statistics for. So for example, you want to have statistics by the first name or by the location. For example, you want to have a count by the first name. So we basically just use the count aggregation function and assign it to the variable count. So when we execute this, so we get, for the last name, we get a count here. There are a lot of other functions like minimum, average, maximum, sum, and so on. So here we get different statistical values for the last name. So we can also say, so currently we have 67 last names here. We can also say, okay, good, what else can we aggregate by? So we can aggregate by, let's say, last name and first name. So we don't only get the aggregation by last name, but by the combination of last name and first name, and the results would be 3221. If you want to see what kind of aggregation functions are available, you can go here to the manual, and this would be under query. And here under functions, you get a list of functions by tags, and here you have the aggregation tag. And here you basically have all these different aggregation functions. So you have not only this few that we saw before, and some that are interesting would be the array and the records. So I can show those to you as well. Let's say array equals array value. So basically what the array does is it creates an array of all the values that are included for this specific grouping. And the records basically creates the same, except that it doesn't create a records an array of values, but it creates an array of all the records that are related to this grouping. So why is this useful? So basically based on that you can then say format display, and you can, based on fields, you can create your grouping. So for example your display, let me see, let's say we want to have fields would here be records, and we just want that as a regular table. And this would be what we see here. I see I have to fix here something. I think we can just the height maybe. No, table. Let me do this again. Okay, now I messed up the query. So like this. Good. What else can I show you here? Now basically you can create the format record. Let's just do some values here, and we can, for example, say here stats status map. So like this you can show data inside of your table with a specific, with, let's say here 50% maybe. That doesn't work. Then let's say 500 pixel. That's better. So with this you can display your fields by aggregating the records into a specific field with the stats command. And I would say that's all for the stats command, and I wish you a lot of fun creating your queries.